Hello, it's Pavlo with your daily dose of Ukrainian accent, and today we are going to talk about one of my most favorite companies, Fosi Audio. I really like their approach to conquering the world. They just taking any possible niche on the audio market and they release a device with great price to quality ratio. They released the power amplifiers, the decks, Bluetooth receivers, preamplifiers, headphone amplifiers, and many other devices. They released turntable speakers. They're planning to release a CD player. They created great phono preamplifier and many other devices, and of course more is coming. But today we are going to talk about their headphones i5. They decided to release planar-magnetic full-size headphones in the middle segment. Price is about $550. They launched these headphones on the Kickstarter, but now they are available for purchase from their website or from other retailers. And as usual for Fosi, I have huge expectations for these headphones, so let's check them out. Box is pretty large, it's made of white cardboard with nice polygraphy. In general, looks really presentable. Nice tight fitting lid and company's message to hear the unheard, but based on Howard Philip Lovecraft's novels, it's better not to see unseen, and maybe it's better not to hear unheard. So you'll get manual and lot of foam to protect your headphones. You'll get 6.3mm adapter, and also you'll get two cables, single-ended and balanced one, both in separate pouches. And let me take it out and remove the box of the table, and we'll take a look at the design. Of course, i5 reminds some other planar magnetic headphones, but at the same time Fosi put enough of efforts in the design of these headphones to make them look unique. And of course, main distinctive part is that huge grille with this S-shape like curve. But let's start with headband. It's pretty narrow, probably they did it to reduce weight a little bit. It's made of nice springy steel, and in combination with this leather head pad, it provides good fit and proper clamping force. Of course, they are not super hard in terms of clamping, because they created mainly for, not mainly, but definitely for home usage, because they are absolutely open. And this head pad distributes weight nicely. To adjust the size, you just slide these attachments of this head pad up and down. There is no fixed position, so if you want to get the equal size on both sides, you need to eyeball it. I prefer some clicky fixation, but not in this case. Cups are slightly asymmetrical. You can see that they are a bit tilted to provide more ergonomic fit and better sound. They have 2 degrees of freedom. They rotate in 2 directions to provide optimal fit on your head. And almost everything is made of metal. Nice wooden part on the cups. But as usual for planar magnetic headphones, actually lion's share of this size are just ear pads. And driver is located here. You can see how thin it is. They are absolutely open. Maybe camera won't show it, but under the bright light you can see absolutely through not only this mesh inside, but also through driver and the outer protective grille. So they are really open, and you need to keep this in mind, because the sound will be audible outside and you will hear everything that's going on around you. But at the same time, you won't get any issues with ears overheating. Really nice headphones for home usage in terms of breathability. You can see the membrane of the driver itself, some parts of inner driver structure, so you can explore them pretty well. And you can see ear pads are really deep. Probably it's part of acoustic tuning for these headphones, and they are hybrid. Inner and outer part made of perforated leather, and this part that touches your head is made of some kind of fabric. Padding is super soft, so they are really comfortable on head. So let's do quick size measurements. Of course, it's really approximate measurement because I'm trying to be accurate. So 75 millimeters, and let me put it this way, roughly 55 millimeters, and in depth also trying to be accurate, about 30 millimeters, so nice size for even big ears. Overall build quality is really nice, everything looks sturdy, reliable. They put enough of pads and other elements to provide nice rigidity everywhere. Cable is made replaceable. Here used classical 3.5mm connectors to attach the cable, and that's a great idea. I always voting for this option. Good click and cable holds well. So actually stock cable is nice in terms of acoustic, but in terms of usability it's not great because they made cable really thick and it's pretty hard. So not the biggest issue, but there is a slight microphonic effect. And probably it would be nice actually to have a longer cable for the headphones created for home usage. But besides that, this cable is pretty nice. So here is version with balanced connector, but also getting some third-party cable for these headphones will be beneficial. I will speak about this a bit after the sound part. If you'll decide to search for more reviews of these headphones on the internet, it's quite likely that you'll find some reviews stating that they're lacking deep bass and their bass is noticeably rolled off. And some of that reviews also provides frequency response measurements, but fear not, it was actually an issue of first pre-production samples. So if you are not a reviewer, most likely you won't meet bass light version, because Fosi were fast to identify this issue and to fix it. Actually, let me show it to you. You can remove ear pad just by gently pulling it. They use Velcro to attach ear pads, and good news, you can replace ear pads. And here you can see driver itself, and fix was this rubber ring, because without this rubber ring, bass waves were escaping here between the ear pad and cup, and that caused that roll off of the bass. But with this ring at its place, you're getting really nice bass, and that's a good example that company cares about user feedback. In terms of tuning, these headphones gives you exactly what you can expect from a nice planar-magnetic headphones. Neutral, slightly focused on the small nuances and micro contrast, but at the same time not too dry or overly monitoring. With a well-recorded material and a nice source, you get great sense of immersion, lot of nuances, but at the same time enough of musicality. But let's talk about everything step by step. Bass goes to maximum depth, it's tight, impactful, well controlled, but at the same time slightly on the faster side of things, with pretty fast attacks and decays. That means zero additional weight, and if you like some kind of extra warmth, it's not headphones, probably not the best choice of headphones for you. But at the same time, you can use equalization, for example, or tube amplifier to add that. It's also possible. And at the same time, they have great impact, nice punch. You've seen driver yourself. It has sufficient size to pump enough air to give you good impacts. And thanks to great tuning, they provide really healthy amount of small nuances, meaning that you get really enjoyable sound both for natural instruments and for cases when you need just pure raw power and impact. So, first example is Amber Rubarth, Good Mystery. It's a typical audiophilic track with a lot of well-recorded bass, but at the same time it's not dominating. But also you'll need a great fidelity and overall control to play these knocks and lower notes of guitar in a proper way and control it well to provide a good contrast with mid frequencies, and these headphones gives you all that. And Juno Reactor, Narvas, example of track that really fits the signature of these headphones. Really impressive, majestic chorus in the introduction, and when the main electronic part kicks in, you getting a nice, powerful bass line, but at the same time it's not overpowering the overall sound at all. Mids are natural, uncolored, with great dynamics, but at the same time headphones are pretty critical for the quality of material, so they will showcase all issues, and when track is not properly recorded you won't get any attempts of hide it or to minimize this. So you'll need good material, and with good material you'll get natural instruments, velvety rich vocals, and all stuff like that. They don't have a noticeable bump in the presence area, but at the same time female vocals and instrument sounds forward when it's necessary with a really good amount of nuances. At the same time, they're not trying to be super dry or analytical, especially if you pair them with some warm source. Imagery stage is noticeably above average. It's pretty big, not the maximum, but kind of on the bigger side of things, both in width and in depth. Compared to more expensive high-end headphones, they're lacking a bit of that holographic three-dimensional effect, but still immersion into virtual stage is really good here. First example, it's Painkiller by Judas Priest, and that's exactly the track that fits such headphones great. Starting with that outstanding drum intro and ending with guitar and vocal part, everything in place, everything is forward, and everything is really emotional, but at the same time not overly sharp. And On My Way by Louis Armstrong, great example of how good these headphones represent vocal, because you're getting all that nuances of one of the best vocals in the history of mankind, and it's really enjoyable. And if you like, for example, Louis Armstrong, if you like emotional vocal, these headphones will definitely give you a lot of positive emotions. Treble is good overall. Of course, it's not as great as some few $1,000 headphones, but at the same time you're getting really proper attacks and decays, you're getting nice extension. Usually mid-segment planar-magnetic headphones suffer a little bit in the treble area, because usually they use big diaphragm, but at the same time on the high frequencies that big diaphragm can't provide proper pistonic motion without distortions. But Fosi managed to tweak and tune everything properly, so you're getting really natural attacks and decays, you're getting great basic overtones and pretty decent extended overtones too. Layering is not superb like in high-end headphones, but at the same time also pretty nice for this price tier. So you're getting decent separation of that high frequency overtones. At the same time, you're getting a nice amount of nuances, you're getting good airness, but at the same time, you're getting that balance that is necessary for the natural treble. They are not super airy, but at the same time, they provide enough of airness. There is no additional energy put in the treble area, but also no attempts to hide high frequencies. So when something sibilant and harsh is present in the record, you will hear it. But at the same time, headphones won't boost that. And first example, it's Talk by Leïla Martial. Great example of female vocal with lot of improvisation and a lot of emotions, lot of overtones, and these headphones play it pretty well. And High Hopes by Pink Floyd, atmospheric introduction, a lot of different effects and sounds, that bell at the beginning and overall sounds, and all that gorgeous 3D effects that put in this record, you getting that all. So basically one of the best treble in this price range. These headphones are probably the rare case when I can recommend you get some third-party cable buying them instantly. Not because stock cable inferior in terms of sound, but mainly because of usability. I definitely prefer more flexible cable. Also, I think that it doesn't make sense in spending more than like 20% of headphones price on the cable. And here is one of good examples. It's Ukrainian-made Era Cable Optima. It's a cable made by Ukrainian retailer Era in Ear, and it's a hybrid cable with OCC and silver-plated OCC cables. It costs roughly about $70, and it's definitely a good option. You can see it's not thick, it's not thin, nice in terms of flexibility with almost zero microphonics, good connectors and splitter. And also it slightly improves treble with these headphones. Of course, it's not some kind of huge difference or night and day, but you're getting a bit more natural overtones, especially extended ones, and that also helped me to get slightly more three-dimensional stage. So it's not a big improvement in terms of sound, but at the same time it's a great improvement in usability. It's slightly longer, it's 1.5 meter, and it's convenient, especially if you're going to use them with some portable source or with desktop too. But of course you can get third-party cable from some companies that is available at your place. Luckily we have tons of companies making great cables. Just don't try to spend like full price of these headphones on cable, just $50 to $70 to get more usability. It's a great option. In terms of pairings, of course, these headphones will benefit from a better amplification. They don't require like 1000 or 2000 of milliwatts of power to drive them properly, but at the same time, good amplifier with proper control will definitely be beneficial for them. You can get some amplifier by Fosi, for example. They have a few really great models. Or you can invest actually in some more high-end headphones amplifier. For example, I try them with Mova Z1 tube amplifier that I reviewed not so long ago, and it delivers stellar results. Also, some good players of middle plus segment will be a great option for these headphones. In terms of conversions, probably I can recall Sivga P2 Pro planar-magnetic headphones that have about the similar price. But Sivga is slightly more musical. They have a bit more accents on the lows and on the treble, not in terms of frequency response, but in terms of representation. So They are slightly less monitoring and a bit more musical. And the FIO FT5, I didn't test their FT7 yet, unfortunately, maybe we'll do this in future, but FT5 is more focusing on the impact, on the weight, on the tightness and impact. And here you're getting slightly more natural representation. Overall, if you're looking for great headphones, planar-magnetic in the about $500 segment, i5 really worth your attention. They are well built, looks really solid, and delivers exactly the sound that you can expect from a natural, well-tuned planar-magnetic headphones. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course, have a great day.